Hello and welcome to the 7 of 5 Hour Live on Instagram. This is the 43rd episode of this series. It is the 20th of July 2022, currently 2:45 p.m. on a cloudy Wednesday afternoon here in Singapore. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching this live or as a recording. My name is Stephanie Jennifer. I'm a CZT21 and I'll be your host for this session. And in just a bit, I'll be joined by my co-host Debbie New, CZT18, and we're very happy to have you here today.
Hello.
Hi, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you can hear. My background is actually very noisy.
When you just joined, can hear.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, that's
well,
better.
they were quiet all morning and all of yesterday afternoon. And then the moment I wanted to start filming, then they started. Or rather, I was actually in the process of recording sound and stuff. Well,
Very nice.
you know, I know, right? Yeah, it's just one of those days.
One of those days, yes.
Yeah, I think we've had a few weeks of those days.
Well, fair enough. It's either like
Yeah.
technical issues or background noise
Yeah.
or someone is sick. Yeah, so the reason why Susan is not joining us for this session, in case you weren't here on Monday, Susan has tested positive for COVID, and then Debbie and I have. I've had the flu. Debbie is still fighting off a bug.
Well,
So I'm
she's
just
had the flu
down
for
here.
2 weeks.
Yeah, fair enough. It was a very
Mm,
bad case at the flu. So the whole team is
yeah.
down. I
Well,
finally
I'm
come
not
out.
so bad. I don't really have flu
Yeah, fair enough.
symptoms.
Yeah, she just has
Apart
mild
from
pain,
a lot of discomfort
sniffles.
and yeah, I don't exactly have real like flu symptoms. But I've
Like
tested
lying in
negative
bed.
as of last night as well.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I just hope it stays negative, because it's actually I think my sixth day of being unwell.
Mm.
Yeah, it's about
Usually
my
it's the
sixth day
fourth
of
or
being
fifth
unwell.
day when you test
Well,
positive.
we don't know anymore lah. Basically, it used to be like, yeah, it used to be a lot of things, right?
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Yeah, so
yeah.
before we start the
So
session, stay safe
yeah. So upstairs
wherever
is
you are.
drilling, and then can you hear the planes going?
No, but I could hear the drilling just now.
Oh, the planes are going.
Oh,
As
yes, now I hear
yeah.
it.
Should I mute myself?
Sure, I'll run through. Yeah. So if you would like to watch this recording in your own time, maybe you're busy this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're watching this. All of our sessions are actually recorded and made available on our Instagram page at 7 Forests 5 Rivers. The 7 and the 5 are numerals. And you can also watch all of our previous Instagram live sessions on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/7f5art studio. We also post our tiles, our completed tiles that we do in these sessions over on our personal pages. Debbie's page is at tangle.pursuits. You can find Susan at susanyo.czt, and you can find me at halfpen_will draw. And usually for these Wednesday live sessions, we focus on the Tea and Tangle Tuesday challenges posted in the 7F5R challenge group on Facebook. We also have fortnightly themes posted within the group, so you can go check it out. You can search for 7F5R challenge directly in the Facebook search bar or search bit.ly/FB7F5R. So Debbie, what kind of tile are you using today?
I'm not very sure. What are you using? Oh, you're using a
I'm using
pink and
tinted.
purple
Yeah.
thing. I
This
know. Yeah.
is a 7F5R tile.
Hmm.
Watercolor paper. We have our own brand of our own in-house collection of paper, Deco Age watercolor paper. Very pretty, very nice to use with any water-based medium. So I pre-tinted my tile with Lindy's Gang Magicals, and then I will be using Faber-Castell's Albert Dura watercolor pencils later on for shading. Yeah. How about you,
Does
Debbie?
this show up well? Oh, no, it doesn't
It's
really
like a
show up well.
bluish green. Hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, much better.
It's so similar to yours. Kind of.
We can be twins. Same.
No.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
Maybe
More
you
same,
should
same.
demo the Tangle.
Sure. So usually Susan is here to share the string, but because she's not here today, I will be demoing the string, I guess. So the string for today is a shape. We're back to using shapes. It's a triangle. Today. So of course, a triangle can be just a regular triangle. You can also stack your triangle, maybe. So maybe have your triangles overlapping each other. Then another idea I had was maybe you have a curvy line rather than a straight line. And maybe you have the 4 corner dots on the border. Maybe I should extend these lines so that you get different sections. Yeah. So layer and curvy lines.
I'm actually torn
Triangle
between these
string.
two tiles. What do you think? So I have like a bright pink one that you did, pink and yellow. And then I have an eco dye one.
I like the eco dye one.
Slightly bigger
But
than
yours,
the. Huh?
if you use
What?
the orange, if you use the pink one, then it'll be different from mine, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Right.
Maybe I start on the pink one and then I see
Sure.
how we go.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
usually
feature.
it takes me a long time to decide on the tile because I usually want to do something different than the both of them. So that you can see more variety.
Yes. Yeah, so if you're watching, please tangle along with us. You can take out a tile, draw what we're drawing, follow along, or you can go on your own little adventure, or you can just play this video or watch it when you're just hanging out in your creative space so that you have company while you're drawing. That's what I do sometimes. Yeah, so the tangle that we're drawing today is a tangle by Sunali Shah. She's a CZT. This tangle of hers is called Anistaar. She hosted this week's Tea and Tangle Tuesday on the 7F5R Challenge Guru. So thank you, Sunali, for doing that. Let's draw Anistaar together. Basically, Anistaar starts off with a circle, an orb. And then from this orb shape, you grow these little spokes. So it's kind of, if you know the Tangle Sense World, it's kind of like the beginnings of Sense World. So in her example, Sunali does 5 spokes, and then she adds an aura to each spoke. So like I tell my students when we're learning to draw Sense World, you don't draw from the point, you draw slightly, a little way away. So you have this sort of very nice drawing behind element here that will come into play in just a bit. From here, we're going to pretend that this line, this little flag goes behind this part, and then we continue it to the next section. So if I were doing this on my own tile, I would be turning my paper on my tile to make it easier for myself. But because I am demonstrating this tangle, I'm trying to keep my paper quite still so that you can see what I'm doing. Then after this, we change this tangle and we move into this kind of a Lucas kind of element where we are going back to the sense world part of Anistaar and then just adding an aura around it. And then once we've done that for all of the spokes, we go back to the drawn behind element. and then aura that element. Hypothetically, you can keep going if you want to, but Sunali stops after the first aura around the entire tangle. So
Why
of
does
course,
mine look different from yours?
I think it's the direction of your
I
spokes.
think my spokes are
more
done
cute.
like spoken.
Yeah, I agree. So one
What
of the
was her
ways
original one?
it looks kind of like this. Not quite like yours, but a little more in the same direction kind of deal to it. So one of the ways that you can vary it, of course, is to vary the numbers of your spokes. So instead of 5, maybe I'll do like 6 or 7.
Do you need an even number or an odd number?
No, don't need, because it doesn't work on. It doesn't require symmetry. So then the other thing that I thought of was that you could vary the shape.
Vary the shape. Which
Of
one?
the spoke. So instead of it being like a rounded shape, you can turn it into a point. And then the other one that I thought of. The other one I thought of is the one that I'm going to actually draw on my tile. You don't actually have to draw the entire circle. So if say this is the edge of your tile, you want to see the tile
That's
like
cheating.
this. No, it's not. You can start off as a
Cheating. You're
semicircle.
doing very few
I want to layer it though.
skiving.
No. Energy efficient.
It would be very funny if someone had a tangle called skiving.
Then my next tangle.
What? Your tangle? Oh, okay.
Dedicated to my lazy friend.
Who?
Me lah. You dedicate it to me.
I'm not going to call my tangle skiving.
Why?
No
I
lah.
think it's cute.
Then you call your own tangle. You go deconstruct something and then you call it skiving.
Can.
Okay. Good luck.
So you can sort of magnify the tangle.
You know
give it a
something?
different
Drawing like 3 spokes gives you like a curvy triangle.
Show.
I'm showing what?
Oh yeah. No, you're a bit slightly off.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm very not used to it because usually there are 3 of us.
Yeah.
So
So it's like a
usually the
thinner.
camera is, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ah,
Susanna.
it's okay.
So yeah, triangle shaped string with the tangle Anistaar by Sunali Shah. Have fun with it. We will start working on our own tiles.
Stephanie, I don't think this is magical. What did you use?
Probably
Peerless?
Yeah, I was thinking.
But the goal is not peerless, what?
Then it's Ganzai Tambi lah.
I don't think so though. It's very brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah, the gold is very brown.
Oh, it's the
What?
handmade metallic paints.
What is the handmade metallic paint? Yeah,
Don't
so
brain
see,
ah.
I'm correct. It's not
Brain.
Ganzai Tamil. Can I write it down first?
Can.
Peerless. And
Handmade watercolors.
what is handmade watercolors? From where?
No brand. No brand.
Huh?
From a small artisanal shop that I found online in China.
In China?
Yeah.
Then shouldn't it have like a Chinese
I don't know. I have to go find after.
乱来的这个
Oh, someone in chat just said, I think I just received the CZTAE 2022
Oh
kit.
wow.
Yeah, great. Wow, that's really fast.
Yeah, man. You know that actually our packages were stopped for like 2.5 weeks
Yeah.
because that's the length of time it it's been that we've been isolating and not able to send out our kids
Okay.
by DHL. So basically, we had lumped everyone into, or rather, not everyone, but we had a
A
couple
lot of
of
people.
we had a couple of had to reschedule a couple of pickups, and today was the most recent one that went out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then the next one will probably be 3rd of August because the whole team has been down. Yeah.
Well, there's currently 72 packed kits on the floor. Debbie, as an update. I managed to pack more kits today.
Okay, very good.
So,
Yeah, I'll probably have to start doing the air bills. I think probably tomorrow or something, so that they can go out on time on the 3rd of August. So 72 kids going out on the
hopefully,
3rd of August.
hopefully.
Haven't picked up yet. Oh, you
Mm,
mean haven't picked it up from DHL?
I haven't picked that. Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
From
probably.
the.
Well, the good thing about DHL is that they do vacation hold. They do a lot of other things that are pretty useful, especially if you are not in one place at the same time.
Mail, address transfer as well. I think
Yeah,
that's
and
amazing.
I think the whole having everything trackable remotely is something that saved all of us because I mean we're in a pandemic, right? And having everything being digital and remotely trackable has been a lot easier on all of us, especially when we are running a conference where it's been attended by many hundreds of CCTs over the years, and all these people come from like 24 to 26 different countries at each edition. So I guess on that scale alone, you can't afford to have like packages going missing or untrackable. So that is one reason why we're very thankful for DHL. They've been our partners since we went global in 2020. So we're very thankful for that. In fact, I just got off the phone this morning with our representative from DHL. Apparently, he had COVID as well.
Poor thing.
Yeah, and it was his second time having COVID. So poor
Double poor
guy.
thing.
Yeah. So they are very personable in their care and their client management, I would say. And so far, this is our second representative. We had another representative who was also very sweet to us, very kind to us. And we're always thankful for them because they make it easier on our end as well. So tracking packages and getting updates has been a lot smoother since we have engaged them. I decided to add, so I started with 3 spokes. Then I decided they were pretty empty, so I added to them. I think I'll have 6, no, 6 strokes, 6 spokes, 6 strokes.
So perfect.
Yeah, I can't talk today very well because my left side has been I'm not sure what is going on, but the left side of my body has a bit of numbness and nerve pain, and so I feel like part of my brain is numb too. Does that make sense?
Poor thing.
Yeah, it feels like that lah. But of course, I don't. I still am functional. It's just that I'm slow lah. Yeah. So today I didn't put down my string in pencil because I saw that there's already a natural triangle on my towel.
Oh,
You
okay.
can see
Oh,
the
yeah.
yellow part. Yeah, so I'm not going to trouble with the pencil. Like
Pre-drawn.
the less complex it is
Fiddly
probably
bits.
is for the better because I'm not very quick on the uptake today, you know. Yeah. So it's better to keep it simple. Sometimes simple is best as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, actually, today's questions are quite simple. So,
Okay.
So Susan missed a very good session. Yeah. That's why Stephanie is chuckling. Got off easy.
Very good.
Yeah, so maybe I should start with the easiest one. So the easiest question today is, what is your favorite pen right now?
What is my favorite pen? I think we were asked this once, right? A while back.
Yeah, but your favorite pen is supposed to
My
change,
favorite
right?
pen, no.
Can
I'm
change. It can
very
change.
like,
Although it
okay.
doesn't have to stay the same.
Okay. Today, this morning, one of the first few things that I did was to find tiles that I wanted to tint in the studio. So I
Okay.
brought some from home, and then I was looking through because the studio very nicely bought the Zentangle kits, the expanded Zentangle kits for each of us, Susan, Debbie, and I. So I was looking through because I remember that there was tiles in it. So I was like, oh, I can't remember what tiles are inside. So I just flipped through it to go and see. And then I was like, oh yeah, there are pens inside this kit as well. So I was looking through the pen portion of it, and then I found that they had Micron 10. So it's not 01, it's a 10. So it's a thick nib, thicker than a 08. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then on my lunch break just now, I was like, I wonder like whether you could tangle with it. I'm quite sure like they included in the kit as like a pen that you could fill in large areas in black, right? But then for us, usually we use the permapaint marker, right? So I was like, maybe it
I
would
think
be
it's
a
also
pen
because when we first started out, they didn't have that big a variety of microns
of
at that
microns.
point in time, you know. So
And
a
glaze.
lot of these newer pens, right, came
Yeah.
about much later than we were certified. So sometimes we just go with the default, you know, like since we have the permapaint and the identity pen, that simplifies the thought process for us a lot already, and then we kind of like, yeah, don't want to keep on reinventing the wheel. And also, I guess from a cost standpoint, in terms of cost, right? Because we teach classes at the corporate as well as the private level, I think sometimes we try to go for the pens that are used in most of the classes to reduce cost when we bulk buy. So bulk buying is one way we have managed to keep our costs manageable.
Yo,
Well, it's true
what a
what?
sentence.
Managed to keep our costs manageable. Yeah, so we've been trying to, speaking of that, we've been trying to really stick to the same sort of price tier for CCTAE. We haven't raised prices in 3 editions, and uh, it's been difficult to juggle
Sigh.
that. It's been difficult to juggle that because everywhere you go, costs are rising. Fuel costs are rising, logistics costs, as well as of course the materials costs, taxes and everything. Everything is rising. So we are kind of like quite sad that next year we will probably have to raise the fees. Although we really don't want to. And actually we had a meeting discussing this earlier in this year, but even then, earlier this year versus now, so many changes have occurred. You know, I mean, there wasn't a war to begin with. Yeah, so my favorite pen right now, since Steph has talked about hers, I basically was out one day and I found these emote pens, UniEmote. I bought 3 packs. I seldom really buy that many pens like on a whim. So usually I take my pens very seriously and I sort of explore them before I commit. So for me this is really a splurge because each set is almost $20 in Singapore. So this is like $60. And it's not even like the complete set, you know? So it's like 5 pens for 20. And then I just on a whim I got 3 packets. And they come very interestingly with a little stand. So you can see that all the pens are tucked in. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but they can stand on their own. So you can just make them stand on their own. It's quite cute. What I like about them is that when I am having like a bad episode of nerve pain, These are very light pens, so they glide on very easily. In particular, I like the black one. But if I'm going to show it to you, you can't really tell the difference between this and a micron on camera because the ink is pretty much similar. It's just that this ink is not waterproof, whereas the micron is waterproof. This is only I believe the package describes it as water-based ink, water resistant, no bleed, no smearing. So for me, it's kind of the almost ideal pen. I give it 9 out of 10. If it was waterproof, then you'll get 10 lah. Or archival, you know. But it's a very smooth pen. I've tested it on a lot of different types of paper already. So you basically can't see the difference between my PN. So this was my PN, and then this was my Emote pen. So it kind of has a very dense, even though it's not pigment, right? Yeah. So I like these because they are really lightweight. They are even lighter than the micron, and they are at 0.4. So I think the width, I'm able to get a very thin line, thinner than my PN. So I like it quite a bit. Of course, it also depends on how hard you press your pen, I guess. Yeah, so these are my favorite pens right now. Of course, if you represent uni and want to partner with us, we will be more than happy. What do you think, Steph?
Hashtag
What
not
is
sponsored yet.
hashtag not sponsored yet? Maybe you should like have a button to buy an ad.
Yeah.
Buy an ad. Buy a shout out. Okay, the second easiest question. I'll let you pick the rest. I'll just go with the easiest first, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite Tangle right now?
What's my favorite Tangle? After taking Debbie's romantic rosettes class, I've fallen in love with Hollis.
Oh,
Then
but
yesterday I did.
that's been some time ago.
Yeah, I know. I keep thinking about it. Yesterday I drew one of the frames. Then I was like, I really like this. I drew it for
I
you.
think
Then after I was like, I really like this idea. I'm going to recreate it for myself.
how long ago was the class? I can't even remember.
Good
June,
question.
May,
Wow, very long ago.
June. I think it was June.
So
June.
that's how good of a class it was.
What is it about Hollies that you like?
I don't know. It's just the way that you drew it in that dingbat style. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I
Which
can make
one
more.
though? Because all was Hollies.
I like
All
the
was-
first one. Fair enough. All was Hollis.
yeah, I
Oh,
know, right? Yeah, all was
was it the
Hollies.
first one? The one where you create a frame.
Both are creating. That's the point of a dingbat, my darling.
Then I don't know how to explain to you
Yeah,
without
I also
showing
don't
to
know.
you.
I don't know how to understand also.
Okay, I show it to you since I actually created quite a few tiles for you. So
Do you mean the
I
number
guess
2 Hollies?
showing one tile. Hold on.
Is it the number
Hold
2
on.
Hollies?
Visual illustration.
Is it the
This
number
one.
2 Hollies? Where?
Got the little
Oh, it's not the
frame.
number 2 Hollies.
I thought that was so nice. It's such a clever idea. Also, Debbie likes to do this little thing where she like adds little ruffles to her hollies.
Oh,
So I've been doing
and
that.
mocha. I've been
And
doing the
mocha.
mocha as well. Yeah.
Mocha.
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 So evil
Someone said.
I already
Someone.
said I cannot talk very well today, and then she's like
I
laughing at
disturb
all.
you. I disturb you. Someone
Ah,
say in chat, it's looking so good. Thank you very much for the compliments. We really appreciate the interaction in chat.
yeah. You need to be kind to us because we don't have Susan today.
But then when you got Susan, it's okay because we can 做乱 each other.
Yeah,
Can disturb
maybe.
each other.
Yeah, maybe.
You have to be nice to us because we're either sick or recovering. So have to be gentle.
Okay, so we actually, well, my favorite Tangle recently, I I also use a lot of Hollies, but because she's talking about Hollies, I am not going to talk about Hollies.
Everything.
Recently, I've gone back to Yearbook a lot. So I'm going to show you like dingbats with Yearbook in it. And then I actually, during one of the Sundays where I was attending church service online, so my church has actually, so I've been attending my church services online since the pandemic began. And although my church actually allows us to go back in person, I haven't yet uh, because I'm slightly immune compromised and I don't want to risk anything. I just got out of hospital like in February. I don't want to sort of go back so soon. Yeah. So I drew this tile at one of the services. I actually was looking at a Bible verse. And it talks about how, we mount out on eagle's wings. And then I chose the word surmount. And I actually went back, I think for some of you who have attended CCTAE 2020, this is like 2 years ago. 2 years ago now. It feels like yesterday. I gave a bonus class called, it was a meditative class called Floral Meditations. And so I tried to recreate it with bronze at the center. And I'm not sure whether I'm not sure whether I see enough resemblance to my original class, but it's certainly involved. What do you think, Steph? Yeah, so this is floral meditations part 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, so I think this towel is a pretty old towel. I think it was tinted with tombos. Yeah, and the purple was added after as shading. And the purple is actually Derwent Intense. So you can see how the Intense actually mingles with, I think this is like 3-year-old Tombow ink. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Like, what you draw like 2 years ago isn't wasted because it can come out again. Stuff like that. Yeah, so
Always a work in progress.
Yearbook. Yeah, Yearbook is kind of like a very versatile sort of Tangle. And I think the name actually suits it very well because it's like a weed. It grows anywhere. And Yearbook actually means grass or weed. So it's quite a friendly, forgiving, very versatile Tangle. Yeah. So with that, we actually have finished question 1 and 2.
In chat corner said your tile is very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So we have finished question 1 and 2.
So fast.
Question 3 is probably something that will allow us to give a shout out to people that we care about. Okay. And then 4 and 5 are related questions. So would you like to do 3 first or you want to do 4 and 5 first?
We do in order.
So today we are like very by the book.
Very good.
Why is it with Susan we are not by the book though?
Because I will 做乱 her. Then we will
So is it your fault or her fault?
Don't know whether the two of us put together.
mutually contributing to the problem.
做乱. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so number 3, right? Who is someone you met by chance that made a huge impact on you? Or rather, huge impact to your life, on you. Yeah. Who is someone you met by chance that made a huge impact to your life? And why?
You lor.
Huh?
You lor. Who else would it be?
Aiyo.
Who else?
Now I'm a bit worried. Does this mean that you are going to share like very strange?
a long story?
Nah,
Settle
very
down
worried.
with a coffee or tea or water
Oh
or an
no,
alcoholic beverage.
I don't
No,
mind the
I'm just
long
kidding.
story as long as it's not shameful.
I'm just kidding. I think we've shared quite a bit of our friendship online.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're part of the CCTAE, you have probably heard snippets of it as well. Basically, we met because we were both CCTs. Give your condensed version.
I could maybe I should have organized the first meeting, right?
Then you save yourself so much trouble. See lah, you're stuck with me. What to do?
Well, it's okay. Now we have Susan, so I can
Share the
delegate to her.
burden.
Yeah. Susan, please.
Susan is your taiji. Yeah, we were CCTs. That's how we met. Debbie had this idea, vision in her head where basically we both hold the belief that even though Singapore is a very small island city country, there is enough opportunities for all CCTs who are living and working in Singapore. Not everyone shares that ideal, but Debbie always held that belief. So when she organized that first CCT gathering, the idea was that we could foster a community spirit. But that's difficult to do when the people that you're working with, that are your colleagues, essentially, because you're in the same industry, right?
But you're also competitors.
Yeah. So if you have that limiting mindset, it's very difficult to get the person to open up and connect.
Well, I think also everyone is very busy. So I think it's a combination of factors. I don't think it's just one issue. Yeah. So that first encounter was basically a random just sit down and talk.
We're supposed to talk in Tangle and didn't end up tangling.
Were we supposed to tangle?
Yeah, we were.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Never tangle.
Maybe that's a
Sit there and
blessing in
chat.
disguise.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do remember I gave her a hug though.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say the same thing. And then I remember
What?
my mom, I wanted to say, like, I remember when we left, before we left, we hugged each other. So we hugged my mom and hugged me as well. Then after that, I remember my mom saying, I like Debbie. She gives me good vibes. Then I was like, yeah, she seems like a genuine person.
Oh, seems like okay, then what happened?
And then, no, I'm just kidding. No, as you say seems like because you just met the person, so you don't really know how they are like. So you're saying this person seems like XYZ, you know? As you get to know the person better, you would maybe have the same idea, or you would
This was many years ago, by the way.
this was
Yeah. 19.
20? Yeah.
I don't think you were 20 yet.
For reference, I'm turning 27 this year, so it's that long ago.
Yeah. I've known her longer than she's known her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I consider Debbie a better friend to me than my husband also.
That's why he's your husband, he's not your friend. Oh my god.
No! supposed to be that. But like within the group of best friends, Debbie is someone who knows me more than my husband.
But that's the point, you see. You should see him as your husband, not as only your friend, you see. Right?
So sad.
Why? Why is it sad?
Why not best friends? So sad. But also good lah, you know? Because then it's like different people have different purposes in your life, right?
No, I think he's come quite far in terms of understanding you. Like, over the years.
Communication style.
Actually, honestly, when this question came up, I thought you would talk about Alex because you really met him by chance.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So at first when you were going to answer this, I was very mentally prepared. Oh, it's gonna be Alex, you know? Yeah, because they met by chance, like really by chance.
From the sky, right?
Like walk past walk past the person by chance, you know?
The story was that.
We have different versions of by chance now.
Yeah, fair enough. The
No, but it's
the
true
the
what?
very, very short, concise story of how my husband and I met is basically I had gotten out of a very bad past relationship, and then finally I felt ready for another relationship. So I told God, "Now I'm ready for another relationship. If you want to bring someone into my life, I'll be glad to meet them." And then in another part of Singapore, my husband was sitting outside of a church praying to Mother Mary, saying, please bring someone nice into my life. And then God was like, yeah, let's put these two idiots together. Let them become each other's problem. Then we'll
Do
stop bothering,
you
bothering
remember
so
which
much.
God or not?
Yeah, I don't know which God lah.
Yeah, which God? Yeah, which God? Yeah.
I identify with being a deist, so Debbie likes to poke fun at me. So which God you believe in?
Yeah, so she will tell me
One
things
true
like,
God.
the other day, she'll say something like, the other day I talked to God and God told me this. Then I'm like, which God do you talk to? And she's like, God lah.
God
God?
lah.
God. Then I'm
God
like,
lah.
which one? And then she's like, the one true God. Then I'm like, okay, which
True
one is
God.
the one true God? And then the conversation just
Yeah,
keeps
God.
going around. God lah.
No God. Don't have. God. Don't have. No God.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so basically I thought you were gonna talk about Alex. Yeah. And it's true lah. I guess he's also evolved. Like, and I think over the years also, to be fair, he did make a lot of effort to understand you. Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm not the easiest person to live with. So thank you everyone for putting up with my rubbish.
I think a lot of it is emotional baggage from traumatic past incidences. So on that note, I don't feel like there have been very trying times in our relationship. But I think from the get go, I already told Stephanie that I will always be honest with her. So even in the most painful moments of honesty, right? But I mean, honesty is truth is painful, how about that? Yeah. So a lot of the times when we argue, I always come back to the fact that, it's like this is what reality is, like what reality is about, like what the truth is. Honestly, how are we coping, and stuff like that. And I think over time, right, although we have been through some very painful seasons together, I think over time we kind of have that kind of trust, because neither of us wants to be dishonest about stuff. And I think that is something that keeps us going, because our age gap is quite wide. So our age gap is like 13 years. Yeah. And I guess there's a lot about us that's similar, but also a lot of us that's different. And
May you find a friendship that
may you find
who,
someone to con.
yes. No. May you find someone whom is willing to understand you as much as
And be conned.
Be con, yes. Con money lifestyle.
Yeah.
What's that
So what quote?
Let me try.
Being conned?
No.
I don't know.
It is good to be loved, but it is profound to be understood. Yeah. I think that's very true.
But you can't go around expecting everyone to understand you,
Yeah, that's true.
It's just life lah, it's just life. People just may not understand lah. They may not have the same life experiences or same
not
kind
enough
of
capacity to empathize with you.
Yeah, I've met a lot of people who have no capacity lah. Especially I don't know, I think the pandemic has drained everybody.
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not shy to tell people that, I don't think this friendship is serving you and maybe you should take a break. But whenever I do that, I think people get very upset with me. So I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's not fair to them or something. But if let's say, I mean, it's better than ghosting someone, right? like, ghosting someone just because you cannot cope. But it's the grown-up way to say that, I think I've moved on from this friendship lah, and you can, it's like a open-ended conclusion where, you can talk to me if you want, but, I'm for the most part, I'm just checked out lah, in a way. At least it's better than just leaving the person like, or hanging for a reply or stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so the person I met at random. Actually, I met a lot of people at random, like
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like who? You tell me lah.
Brenda?
Well, I've known
Caroline.
Brenda. I've seen Brenda around for a very long time. It's just that we just didn't have time to really socialize until the pandemic came around. So I wouldn't say it was by chance because we were always in the same community and she was always active and I was always active. So I don't think. Actually, right, for Ruth, okay, so my mom actually taught Ruth in school. So Ruth is my best friend of 33 years.
Yeah, man, cannot be her.
In some ways, Stephanie and I are closer, but in the in the many decades of our friendship, of course, there is a lot of intimacy and there's a lot of trust as well lah. It's just that Ruth is completely on a different wavelength sometimes. Yeah, and we've been on a different wavelength since day one, so that wasn't any issue and has never been an issue. It's just that we just like different things lah. We like different guys, we like different things, we have different hobbies. Yeah, so I guess for Ruth, to an extent, right, if I didn't meet her through my mom, I would have met her on the school bus also because she also was my neighbor. Yeah, so I guess you can say that it's by chance. But although, yeah lah, she did make a big difference to my life for 33 years.
Do you think if it wasn't for your mom, y'all would still have like come into each other's orbit, like y'all would still be friends?
We would still be friends, but probably not at that level that we were friends.
Okay.
Ruth has a slight handicap. So although she's a very ultra capable person, she has a slight physical handicap that she doesn't like people to talk about. So when she was like 7, and when we met, we were around 7 years old or 6.5 or something like that. She was a very quiet and introverted person who didn't want to really draw attention to herself. But she's very capable in the sense that everything that she does is of a very high quality. Like she writes very good Chinese poetry, because her grandfather was an author, a Chinese author. So she has the cultural background, she has the, it's just that she had this issue physically lah. So basically she was an introvert based on that lah. I mean, I'm accidentally talking about Ruth now, but that's because of Stephanie. But I actually have someone else on my mind. But I'll just talk about Ruth since we are here. Because seriously, I mean, her I guess we would still have met because like I said, we were still on the same school bus and we belonged to the same year of the same school at that point in time. My mom transferred me out later from that school, and Ruth and I never got over it. We never got over the fact that my mom transferred me out.
Why?
We have no idea why my mom did it. And it upset both of us lah. But it didn't harm the friendship. So we were still seeing each other like on weekends and holidays and school breaks and stuff like that. And my mom also taught her, so my mom would sometimes take her out for a meal and then we'll watch movies together and stuff like that. And also it helped very much that she lived in the next apartment block from us. So we were constantly coming and going, go downstairs to cycle. We used to be very active then. This is like pre-iPad, pre-phone, kind of pre-internet kind of era. Yeah. And we used to play games together as well. Like I think back then they just launched The Sims. So like the very first version of The Sims, the very first version of Tomb Raider. the very first version of a lot of games we played together. And I think in a way, playing these games actually bonded us like nothing else, because I don't think her other friends were so into gaming like we were. And for us, it was because my dad had a personal computer, and this was like the late 80s, early 90s. So, and her dad also had a computer, so it's kind of like a
Early
same but different.
generation.
Yeah, yeah. So it was quite fun going out with Ruth. Um, I get to see her kids now, and I'm very impressed that her kids are so like her yet not like her. Yeah, because she's so strict with them. It's like, my goodness. Yeah, my bestie from my 7-year-old bestie who run around and fall down at me is so strict with her kids. But yeah, that's life. Yeah, so I didn't mean to talk about Ruth so much, but since Steph was talking about her, so I thought I would. The person I wanted to talk about was actually my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend.
Yo! What kind of roundabout? Okay, yeah, go on. I'm intrigued.
Oh, I didn't tell you about her.
I don't know, do you?
Okay, so when
Boyfriend. Ex-girlfriend.
I don't okay, well maybe I should start by saying that long ago I used to play competitive gaming games, and I used to meet a lot of people
Yeah,
through
I think I
gaming.
remember. Yeah, I think I remember.
So during those years, I was busy with school. Um, these were my polytechnic days, and I was also busy training. So during that period of time, I was together with a guy called Bernard. One of my cousins-in-law is also called Bernard, lah. So I'm trying to differentiate them so that people don't mix them up. Yeah, and for the most part, Bernard and I had a very long relationship. Long because at that point we were just like, I met him when I was 16 and a half. And we broke up when I was 22.
No. Poor thing.
22? No, I broke up with him just before turning 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Yeah. So it was it's a very long at that time when you are young, it's like a very long relationship lah. It's a very long term relationship, and it kind of broke us apart in terms of our own like well-being, our own sense of self, because we were so close and for so long. And we I think towards the end of it, right, he started seeing someone, and then I also started seeing someone. And basically it was because he said that he wanted like to take a 6 months break from our relationship, and I didn't agree. So in his head, somehow he felt that I would wait for him, for 6 months. But my point at that time was like, why, if you love somebody, why would you want to wait 6 months? Like, what for? So, and also around that time, was I was told by other people that he was seeing some other girl lah. And at that point, it was like I had enough, like I had enough of the lies, I had enough of the whatever you tell your boyfriend, girlfriend at that age lah, that you would not tell as an adult lah, because I mean we were all young at the time. I don't particularly blame him now, but the fact is that it's like the trust is gone lah, right? So at that point in time, after breaking up with him, I went through a phase where I decided not to date anyone, like seriously date anyone. So I would be seeing a lot of guys. I at that point, I think most of my friends were guys. Yeah. So at that point, right, I was dating but not dating. Does that make sense? Like I was just seeing people, but I wasn't committed to anything. Not necessarily seeing people to do anything physical lah. I mean, if you get what I'm trying to say, but more like, just let's have dinner and then we just hang out, and then just very very basic sort of like just hang out lah.
Companionship lah.
Yeah, kind of, and also figuring out what guy I don't like was
Because
very
for so
important.
long it's just you're with one person.
Yeah, and also I think his dad had narcissistic traits. So he also had a lot
Picked
of
up.
gaslighting issues and stuff, So it took me a long time to try and recalibrate. And when we broke up, it was so painful. I think that was my most painful breakup. It's not my only breakup, but it's the breakup that really defines you as a person. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it lah. Maybe it's too poetic. How I put it now is too poetic. But my point is that it's not either party's fault, but you just go through what you go through because you're young at that point. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I think Steph will understand what I'm trying to
It's a
say. Because
life
I think
lesson.
Steph, wow, I don't know whether it's my life lesson or his life lesson. Man.
Wait,
No,
my
but you
life.
get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know who hurt more, but so it came to pass that both of us were hurting very much, but both of us hurt at different times. In the sense that when he started hurting, I was already over him.
Bye.
Yeah.
How
So
dare you?
it was kind of funny lah, in the sense that I was like so pissed off with him. I was like heartbroken for months, and then I relocated to Australia to sort of do my undergraduate studies. And then he was enrolled in the same university, by the way, and it was impossible to avoid him because Brisbane town centre is actually very small, and the Asian community at that time is also very small. I mean, the Asian students, yeah. So basically, it was impossible to avoid him at school, lah. Okay, and then right,
Your stupid face.
he started. I'm trying to move quickly because he's not the guy I'm trying to talk about.
No. Yeah, fair enough. He's not the main character.
It's like
in this
going
story.
to that point lah,
Oh my
But
gosh.
I'm taking so long that I'm trying to speed up. So okay, the problem with him is that he was in my community. My friends were also his friends, and I had to leave an entire community of friends because he was inside. Does that make sense? Yeah, my God.
Overlapping
Yeah,
friend
so
groups.
yeah, and also through gaming also we knew a lot of people, and we had to sort of like keep
Then
our
people had to-
distance,
Yeah, take sides and all
And,
sorts
no,
of
yeah,
things.
then people will keep on asking you weird stuff
Are
like,
you okay? Why do y'all get back
and
together?
and they assume that I ditched him because he was I don't know, whatever lah, all kinds of things that people assume. Yeah, as though it's not complicated enough, right? You still have to deal with all of this that further complicates the whole thing, right?
Just let me break up
Yeah,
in
so
peace.
yeah, exactly. I mean, just I don't know lah. It just made it harder lah. Okay, so let's skip past this because this is taking them long, and I'm also getting very tired already.
He's not the main.
Yeah, he's not the one that I'm trying to talk. But I do feel sorry for him lah, in the sense that when we were together, we were very close, and in a way, in his good moments, right, we were very good friends, as well as we were very close. In terms of, we really thought that we will end up together. Does that make sense? So you really think that your future is together with this person, you see. And I was close to his mom as well. And that made it harder because his mom actually called me a few times.
No.
His mom called me. His mom started crying on the phone, and then I'll be like crying on the phone, and then she also added me on Facebook and all kinds of things lah. Yeah, so that's how yeah, she's actually a very nice lady. Okay, anyway, yeah, she's also not the person.
I want to keep the mother, not the person.
Yeah, I want to keep the mom. Yeah, anyway, so after we really broke up. By then we had like to break up like several times, because he kept on thinking that it wasn't an official breakup, whereas in my head it was official already. Does that make sense? So in his head, yeah, so in his head, right, he had left it as okay, we'll continue in 6 months time. But he didn't hear it like my objection to continuing it for 6 months, like in a limbo. You get what I'm trying to say? So in his head, right, we weren't really broken up. But in my head, I'm like, what's there to continue? You want to wait 6 months for what? To me, my life is short. Like, life is precious, right? If you want to be with someone, why do you need to wait 6 months for? What? And so my theory was we broke up long ago. His theory was we haven't broken up. So it took a while for him to get going and meet someone new. And I already met someone new lah. I met many people new lah. How about that? Yeah,
Then
I
you
mean, I
met
met a lot of
Mr.
guys
New?
already. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah, that's true as well. But Mr. New is also not the guy that I'm trying to talk about right now. So let's.
Oh, this is such a convoluted stuff.
No, right? Okay, so the person that I want to talk about is actually Bernard's ex. So after he finally got in his head that he had broken up with me, he began seeing this other person, and I knew about it because we had many mutual friends, and many mutual friends were talking about them lah. And I was fine with him seeing another person because I'm done with him, right? But unbeknownst to me, right, they were having relationship issues also lah, because like I mentioned, he has some narcissism. I'm very sorry that I named him, but I have to name him because I also have family members who are of the same name. Okay, so I'm not trying to shame him, but he is really a good guy. If I could talk to him again, I would actually tell him like, hey, just forget whatever you went through and then just start from scratch, like just go at your life and
Life move
be happy.
on, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think he has gotten over like a lot
No.
of things. Yeah, he's still looking at my LinkedIn. Yeah, so I get notifications from LinkedIn that
We
he's
see
still
what
looking at my
you're
profile
you're
and stuff
doing.
like that. And I'm not offended, but I do wish that he has the ability to move on, because life is much more important than whatever you went through in the past. Like this is damn long ago. This is like 20 years ago or
Maybe
more.
he just people want to see what you're doing. Maybe he want to join 7F5R.
Oh, okay. Very good. Anyway, so
Bernard,
the
come
person I
join
wanted
us
to talk
online.
about, is actually my his ex girlfriend. So they were having issues, and I didn't know about it. And at the same time, I was also having other issues at the uni, and I had a rocky. Well, although I was there and everything, I struggled because I struggled a lot because at that point in time, the situation in Brisbane was very racist towards Chinese. I think they saw the Chinese Asians as problematic, like causing societal problems, and therefore they wanted to limit people from actually migrating to Australia, even though they really needed, and they still do really need, like, taxpayers. Yeah, so it's like a revenue thing lah. They cannot run the city without taxpayers, right? Moreover, they are a welfare state, so they really need the taxes. So at that point in time, right, things were kind of like messed up for me, and I had a lot of issues to deal with. But one day out of the blue, right, I get a strange message from his girlfriend at that point in time, and she asked if we could meet up, and then I was like, huh? Like,
Oh.
I thought, yeah. At first, I thought
Murder
it was
me.
I thought it was very scary, because like I don't know her. I mean, I've seen her photograph because people tell me about her lah, but I never go and dig up any info. I mean, I was already like past that stage, like I don't even if I was like heartbroken, I wouldn't go and dig up somebody's ex or somebody's current whatever lah. I'm just not that kind of person. So one day she contacted me and she requested to meet me, and I don't know why I said yes.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm trying to get murdered.
Maybe when you are young, you are like
A bit less oblivious to risk.
life too long or something. Like,
yes.
life is too long, or I don't know, life not
Sure,
dangerous
why not?
enough. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, but she herself, she's also got Singaporean ties. So at that point, her family was in between Singapore and Brisbane, as in they had properties in both cities. So in Singapore and in Brisbane, so they were still back and forth. But I think they've already moved completely to Brisbane ever since her dad retired and stuff like that lah. So yeah, so I ended up becoming good friends with this person who was basically the girlfriend of my ex lah. And we talked a lot. We always we are very similar. I think she and I are more similar than a a lot of my other friends and I. Does that make sense? I don't know how. So in a way, right, he replaced me with a girl that is similar to me.
Yo,
And in so doing,
you
right,
got tight.
he actually gave me one of the best friends that I've ever had.
Yo,
Yeah. And if it weren't
let's
for,
bond over the
I know,
mutual
right?
nonsense that he put us
So
through.
if yeah. So if it weren't for the fact that I went out on a limb and said yes to meeting her, right, I would have missed out
Same.
on this friendship
Yeah,
that
fair
has
enough.
already lasted 20 years. So I thought that my relationship with this guy was like 3 years and breaking me into bits and pieces already. But the fact that I broke up with him and he hooking up with another girl who then broke up later on with him.
And then went on a limb to go and like, let me just contact his ex.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, when she contacted me, they were still together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we met in secret without him knowing.
Okay.
Which is it's amazing because if you consider how small Brisbane is, it's amazing and how
secret.
many people we know, yeah.
It's
So
secret.
so because of that, right, I have a friendship with her that has lasted over almost 20 years now, more than 20 years, and we still talk and we still text and stuff like that, and yeah, and it's someone that you meet by chance lah, basically. And I mean, I would have thought that I ended up with the guy, right? But I ended up with the guy's girl. Yeah.
Yes, someone made a Netflix show out of this.
Oh my gosh.
People think it's a romance story. It's not. It's a story about
It is
friendship.
a romance story. What kind of romance your best friends?
Can, sure.
Excuse me, I brought you on many, many dates and many, many
Oh my
good
God.
food places and fed you many, many times. And I think I spoiled
Oh
you
my
more than I
gosh.
spoiled my own husband, excuse
Fair
me.
enough. Fair enough. Same.
I don't think I
Same
brought my husband to some of the places that I brought you or
Same
Ruth.
with me. I buy you so many gifts. Him is like, yeah, whatever.
He doesn't appreciate it.
Fair enough.
Buy him rose scented something.
Buy him roast pork.
His mom would like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so breaking out with the guy got me the girl.
Mm.
Yeah, one of the best friends in my life. Yeah. I never expected our friendship to last so long also lah, to be honest. Oh yeah, and then she would come back to Singapore and we'll meet, Like so every time when she's back in Singapore we'll meet. And well, she's happily married already lah. She has a I think her daughter is probably, let me think. I think her daughter is at least 12 now. 11 maybe. Yeah. So
Not bad.
by chance. Yeah. So what do you have to say, Steph?
It's like funny stories. Like if you break up with me, I'll steal your next girlfriend. So fucking weird.
Well, they broke up because he was seeing someone else.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, something like that. They broke up because I think he was seeing someone else, and yeah, and she didn't take it very well lah. My friend didn't take it well. I mean, who can, right? To be fair, who can? And then when they broke up, his mom called me also.
Yo,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and then I was like,
Oh my
okay, like, what do you want
Whatever
me
you
to
do,
do?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know,
I
auntie.
was
Thank you. Thank you for informing.
no, then yeah. So
Is it she trying to drop him? She's like, now he's single again.
oh my
Why don't
god.
we get back to him? Was there a point?
No, man. I really don't
Oh my
know.
goodness.
I don't know. I
It's such a
didn't
funny
analyze it to that point lah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
You can, if you want, you can draw like negative
My man.
inferences and whatever you want.
My
Yeah.
No, maybe she really likes you. It's not it's in a good
Yeah,
way.
I know she.
Her mother
I
really
know.
likes you, so she's
I
oh my
know
god, he's
his
single now.
mom.
Quick.
I know his mom really likes me, but for my
For the
own
rubbish.
fear of life and death,
Fair.
I don't want to go back with her son. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
I also like her very much,
Can
but
I
I'm
take
not
the
going to
mother
risk
but
my
not the
life.
son?
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, seriously, right? Yeah, I'm not going to
Oh
go
my
through that
goodness.
again. You know, like I
Uh,
do have a lot of sympathy and everything. I empathize, but no, do I want to go back with him? No lah. I mean, some guys are just toxic. You know, he's not necessarily a bad guy. It's just that when he's upset and stuff, right? He gets a bit out of control, and I don't
me
like that
too.
lah.
Go see a psychiatrist and deal with his own issues.
Uh, yeah, I don't know, man.
Poor childhood habits.
I really
Anyways,
don't know why. Yeah, I really don't know why his mom was so like, you know. Yeah, but I do from time to time I do miss his mom lah. She's very
okay.
nice. She cooks very well.
I miss her food. Yeah.
It sounds like Stephanie.
Mm, don't think about a person, think about the food. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, but you can't go back to the sun lah. I mean, it's
For the
like
food.
yeah,
Do
for
I
the
have to put
food.
all the rubbish? Just for the
What the
mother?
heck?
So funny. People usually
Yeah.
have like nice husband then horrible mother. That's just like horrible husband, nice mother.
Well, I didn't marry him, so I won't call
Thank
him
God.
like
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh, this is like an epic story.
Yeah, man. I'm done with my first tile.
Oh my gosh, I'm still doing.
So I did like a layered Anistaar look. And then
I only did one Anistaar.
I added my Tangle
How is
Naida.
that Anistaar?
It's half of an Anistaar with more Anistars behind.
Yo, so it's not Anistaar, it's many star.
Many star. So lame.
Many star.
Many star. Yeah. And then I did like a black detail in the bottom half. Bottom quarter? Yeah, bottom quarter.
You can tell Sunali that we varied her tangle and then there's a new variation called many star.
Okay, I'm going to work on my second tile.
Many star?
One star, many star.
Every star?
Oh. Oh. Anyhow star.
Yeah, I mean.
What color should I use?
Okay, I'm very tired now.
What question are we on? Third.
Yeah, but the both of them are related. So maybe you should like take 5 minutes break first. Then we answer the next question. Because the next question and the following question are like very linked. So it wasn't a difficult question, but it was a difficult answer.
Yo. The drama of life.
Yeah, but if I never met her, right, I really would have missed out on a 2-decade-long friendship. No?
What's your helpful hint and tricks to having lasting friendships? Your friendship like lasts so bloody long.
Looking at you, is it?
Not me lah.
Our friendship also lasted quite long, what?
Yeah, fair enough. Getting there. Yeah.
Well,
if you were to give someone advice?
I don't think I'm in a position to give tips because my friendships either last very, very, very long or they don't last at all.
What is your meaning of don't last at all? What's the duration?
Don't last lah. Like, it's like when you see no meaning in continuing or people just ghost you. Most of the time, yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by last very long actually?
Yeah, like decades like that.
You can't force the thing to last long lah. What do you mean?
So it's just whether you vibe well with someone or not lah.
I mean, it also depends who you meet. If you meet, if for example, let's go back to that case study, right? If you meet the mother, the son, and the girlfriend, out of the 3, right? So you meet the mother, the son, and the girlfriend. Out of the 3, you don't even know that you will keep 1 out of the 3. Does that make sense? You thought that the 3 will be thrown away already.
Yeah. Oh, weird.
Because how often? Yeah, I know. How often do you go out with your ex's ex?
Fair enough. How do you all meet?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and because she's so similar to me in terms of like how we process things and stuff, we happen to click. But see, if he had chosen someone that's completely off, we wouldn't have clicked either. I'm sure he had other girlfriends that I never got to meet or never contacted me, or even if we had contacted, we would never click, you know. So a lot of it is probably like the person was put in your life for a reason. I mean, I don't mind continuing to keep in touch with his mom if his mom wants to keep in touch. But my point is that being his mom, primarily she should be there for him, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't go and reach out to his mom, not because I don't like her or I don't want to be involved with her. It's just that I respect that that's his mom. I don't know why we're explaining this though. Yeah. What about you? If someone your ex was with tried to contact you, would you meet that person? I mean, I'm also asking our viewers. I'm also asking our viewers. I mean, if our viewers want to comment, they can either write back to us in chat,
in the comment section,
on our comments, or
Yeah.
DM us, or join our Facebook group and talk about it there.
You can leave in the comment section under this video.
If you happen to go onto our Facebook and comment there, you need to say that it's relevant to this episode. If not, some of our admins might think that you are
What the heck is
spamming.
going on? Why would you want me? Your ex?
Yeah, I know, right? Like what,
okay or
what
not?
kind of topic is this? You know, yeah, like because we have a rule in our Facebook group where every post has to be related to art. So we do invite discussions, but it has to be accompanied lah. It cannot be just I want to talk about my ex now. Yeah.
Any kind of relationship advice forum.
Yeah.
Susan. Hi, Susan.
Oh.
She joined.
Maybe she's here to make sure we're not talking bad about her, you know?
I'm talking rubbish. She needs to be here. We need to be supervised.
Yeah, these two. Up to no good.
Nonsense. Yeah, what nonsense. Susan senses tingling. What rubbish they talking?
Maybe her nose very itchy.
Yeah, what's going on?
Her throat very itchy. Hi. Yeah, so so things like that lah. Very weird. By chance, you never know that you will hang out with a person like that, and then for the next 20 years enjoy the friendship. Okay, are we ready for the next question? Because I'm very tired of talking about this. I don't know about you.
Endless.
Yeah, I mean, but to be frank, my friend is really a very good friend lah. I really do love her a lot. She's like my sister, and she's 3 years younger than me, but we think in the same manner. We operate in the same manner, so I'm actually very grateful for her lah. Yeah. Well, she's very far away from me though. She's in Brisbane, so yeah. Okay. So the next question. Do you want number 4 first or number 5? They are related.
4.
Huh?
We're going in order.
Yeah, so Susan, see, today we went in order, not like when you are around.
It's okay, Susan. Next week, you can choose in order as well.
You have a very spontaneous effect on us. So when you are around, we go all haywire. Today, when you are not around, we go in sequence.
And Susan say her nose is itchy. That's why she come.
Oh, your nose really itchy. Oh, okay, very good.
How you know? She say.
Let your nose continue being itchy.
Then you can come more often.
Okay. So number 4 is do you have any habits that appear only when you are in a hurry? That means when you are in a hurry, right? Do you have any habits that appear?
We just had this discussion earlier this week.
Did?
Yeah. We did. I have a very bad habit.
That's your answer. Okay lah, you
I
can
have a
share
very
it
bad habit where when someone I love comes to me with a problem, my instinctual
But it's when you are in a hurry, you know.
Yeah, because I want to fix it immediately. I want to do it. Do it now, fix it now. But then Debbie was saying sometimes you haven't even listened to the full problem, you already want to come up with solutions. Yeah. So I guess the overarching habit is I don't listen properly. Yeah. So to stop, listen, and then reply with the information that you have.
Actually, Stephanie is a very good listener. That's the issue that I face. Yeah, Stephanie is a very good listener. I know. It's just that she's always in a hurry. And that is the thing that is very difficult sometimes when you are trying to work with her. But she is a very good listener when it's like people's problems. Like just now, right, when I was talking about my ex and my ex's ex, she listened very well. What?
I'm gonna get over this in a while.
Huh?
Ex's ex. My friend with my ex's ex.
Yeah, what's your problem? How else do you want to phrase it?
I don't know. Just she's now become your friend. Just I'm friends with this girl. Throw the ex
Yeah,
out.
but I'm friends with many girls. It's not like determinant on, it's not the identifier,
This
you
one
get
is
what
a
I'm trying to say.
special friend because she's my ex's ex.
I mean, I never, yeah, can we just leave this topic and then just go on? Not,
Okay, yeah.
the whole show will be talking about this.
What's your answer for what's
Huh?
what's the habit that you have?
Huh,
You
you
do?
finished already? Ah?
Short and sweet.
Oh, so fast. I need to think.
Whoa.
I was too busy critiquing. Where is Susan Yo? So Susan Yo, you can still answer the question in text form.
Homework.
She's like, I don't enjoy liao, bye.
Suddenly her hand very pain. She need to go.
When I'm in a hurry, I think when I'm in a hurry, right, my tolerance level goes down by a lot.
What tolerance to nonsense?
Yeah. How you know?
Because I'm the one that's full of shit.
No lah, but because you see, I used to be very, very, very much more busy than now. In that I used to work as well, see. So there will be some times when I'm very, very busy and I have to deal with certain things for the company that cannot be put on hold. And then for me, trying to call in to Stephanie is like it's like especially when I'm very stressed and very rushing for time, and then she tries to give me updates about everything else that's not important, then it shows me off guard lah. Yeah, a bit lah, sometimes lah, especially. But other than that, I would say that our friendship is very much very very mutual as in we talk about everything and anything, and I mean at the right timing lah, not when
Yeah.
either person is rushing or has anything to do, right,
We
in
had
particular.
we had this conversation recently. We need to have make little flags to denote what we are feeling and what kind of conversation we can have.
Yeah, because
At the
when we are
moment.
very busy, and especially when we're very busy, right, the it's like we cannot see the facial expressions, especially if we're texting or we
Or
are
on
like
calls.
talking, or sometimes even when we are in person also, it kind of goes over the head. Yeah, so we were just teasing each other about, maybe you should like create like a signboard, like give me 5 minutes, or come back later, or I cannot deal with this shit right now.
Yeah.
I think for Stephanie, that would be the one that she flags the most. I can't do this shit.
Can't
Right
do
now.
anything right now. Go away.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Maybe the snails start to have the shell.
Yeah, what's the word? What's the word?
Excavating.
Excavating. Excavate is the thing in the construction yard lah. My goodness.
Susan's answer is last time her bad
Wow.
habit is to keep nagging at the person who caused the problem, I guess. Now her habit is to keep silent and be patient because nothing that can be done except be patient.
Who do you nag? So
Last time,
who do you
nag? Your
usually nag?
friends.
Yeah, your husband.
Your mother, is it last time?
Your mother?
Your poor mother. Last time in her previous life session, she said, her mother saw her bad habits. So maybe her mother is the one that kena all of the nagging.
Yeah, then recently, right, I feel that I have a bad habit also, when it comes to nagging. It's because, right, my teammates don't listen to me. So I have to say one thing like 10 times, and then I feel like I'm nagging, and I don't like
Susan, today on call, she
nag at
called me,
anybody.
she said, she give us so many travelling Tangle tiles. Then now she got no more travelling Tangle tiles. Then she give us so many, we not give back. She said she love us so much, then we don't love her. Then I said, no lah.
It's true what? I love you so much, then you all don't love me back. Yeah.
So Susan, Must
Do you
start to
know
make
that
more,
I
more
bought
tiles.
stuff for Susan Yu and they are like sitting on my table
And
at
then,
home.
and how?
Then
Cannot meet her.
I have one envelope for Joni To, I have one envelope for Susan Yu and one envelope for Stephanie on my desk.
We also have one envelope for you on your desk.
Yeah,
I
you
even
all
bought
have
you a
one
present.
envelope. Oh my goodness. And anyway, I also have one envelope for Ruth
For Susan.
on my desk.
Yeah, exactly. Susan said love doesn't show on the number of tiles. Exactly.
I got no tiles. How about that?
We got give you. Now it's just you need to come to office to collect only. Our love is waiting for you to come collect.
Aiyo.
Huh, Susan?
Actually, I also have tiles here for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll put it in the envelope. Too many bits and bobs.
Yeah. Where's your plastic
What?
sheet? That plastic pouch that we had previously. Is it
What are you
in
talking
blue?
about?
Remember the team came up with like this idea
Uh-huh.
because we wanted to do traveling hanger tiles, right? So each of
Yeah.
us has like a pouch at studio.
I only have one
Where?
here actually.
Oh, then what's your other one?
Yeah, I want
couldn't
to ask
find
you.
Good
You're the
question.
one who brought
The
it to
studio
office.
has too many boxes. We have 70 over odd boxes on the floor.
I think we have more than that.
Well,
Yeah,
we have some
we have
waiting to go
70
up.
on the floor, but some are not boxed up yet also.
Yeah, so
Okay, so that was number 4, right?
yeah.
So that was do you have any habits that appear only when you're in a hurry?
Mm.
So number 5 is, what about when you have a leisurely time? Do you have any habits that appear during that time? Only when you're leisurely.
Is it bad habits or good habits, or is it open?
Habits in general. What you want to share a bad habit can lah, but I'm giving you opportunity to have any habit that you want lah.
Leisurely time.
Yeah.
Good habits.
Your envelope is sitting on my desk. You have a desk?
In her little corner. Got the one where she teach.
Or the desk in your home. I'm like,
home.
studio got her desk, man? Where?
So poor thing, we need to upgrade. Never mind.
Okay.
We will expand and then have one desk for Susan.
Aiyo.
She has a desk. She has a small, the collapsible one. Usually when I like want
Yeah,
to
but
move
it's
her
not
thing.
open what? It's like
Yeah, cause right now
collapsed.
no space.
It's collapsed.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's in my home lah. Okay, very good. I think it's good. It's a good thing that she got no voice. If she has a voice,
So
we'll
bad.
kena scolding.
She don't want to strain the voice. Good habits.
I never say what type, so you can.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of good ones. Why am I supposed to say bad ones, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's like your confessional, you know. once a week confessional.
Dear viewers, I have a confession to make. So funny.
I don't know how to complete my towel. I think I just hang on to it lah. I'm like cracking my brain really hard.
Look like sunset.
It's really not my style, but it works. Where is my other towel though? I cannot find the other towel. Yeah, I'm having one heck of a day here. I think for me, when I'm at leisure, one habit that always comes out would probably be tangling. Yeah. So nowadays, right, whenever I have spare time, usually it's tangling. Can I do a non-7F towel?
Can.
This is my TTKIC towel. I made a few mistakes yesterday. And can you see my hand was so bad yesterday that I can't even draw like proper lines. Can you see?
So he gives them character.
Very, very wobbly. Like I had so much, I just couldn't manage this towel yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't attempt also today. Later make it even worse. Try and correct it, right? Then make it worse. Yeah. Yeah, so my habit will be tangling because in social media, every day we have to post something in order to sort of keep the algorithm going. So for me, it drives me nuts when it goes back to negative. You know what I'm trying to say? No? So you know the meters, right? How they gauge your engagement and how they gauge your
Yeah.
engagement.
I mean,
I
not
know,
wrong.
right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. So basically, how they measure your engagement and whatever, I absolutely hate it when it goes back to negative. You know, I really hate it because it takes so long just to go back into positive. It's really annoying. And so even though I may have nerve pain, I may be flat on my back trying to get the flu bug to leave or something, I will still post every day even though I'm not up to it. Because I don't want the thing to go into the negative zone lah. And so far, although it's been a challenge, I think I've managed quite well to maintain. Yeah. So that is one habit that I have. I'll be tangling just for content sake. And also to calm down. So multi-purpose, right? Yeah. You don't have any habits?
I'm thinking. Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Slowly think. Nobody is chasing you. So Susan, you can type in chat what habits you have if you want.
She's like, I regret coming in.
Yeah, she's like, wow, I'm sick, I still got
I
homework.
only nose itchy, then I come in, then I gonna homework. Habits that I have.
What?
I'm thinking.
Off?
Of the answer lah. Of what?
I don't
What
know.
to
You
eat
can
for
be thinking
dinner?
of food.
No.
You can be thinking of. I know, right? Knowing you, there's like many options.
Okay, then I shall say something along the lines of what Debbie is saying. At my leisure,
Hey!
my leisure, one of the good habits that I've adopted is to meditate. So when I have time, or even when I don't, because I know that meditating helps to center myself. And I know that my anxiety causes me to become very frantic. And then it's a snowball kind of effect where I'm frantic, then I will forget a lot of things, then I won't be centered. So
At
when
leisure leh.
yeah. So then at
Isn't this
my
the answer for
leisure,
the previous one?
at my no, I mean it's a two-way thing. But at my leisure, usually I will try to meditate because then it centers myself. And now I'm trying to, even when I'm not at my leisure, when I still have a busy day, and I will still find time like 3 minutes to just sit and just meditate, just to
Yeah.
center
Why
myself.
Is it cause you feel overwhelmed all the time or what?
Yeah, I feel like I have like an endless to-do list. So now I'm
I
trying to tell
also
myself, yeah, I know. So it's like the point that I'm trying to make is you will always have things to do.
What's the
So
point?
you must find time to do the things that are beneficial for your mental health and your overall well-being. So
What's the
I
point?
know, I I know logically that meditating will help to recenter myself, and it will actually have a positive effect on my entire day. Therefore, even though I feel like, no, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to just take 3 minutes, Stephanie, you need to just sit down, calm down, recenter yourself, and then you can
Yeah,
go and do
why are you a
which
bundle
other
of
things.
nerves all the time though?
Anxiety lah.
Yeah, so you know this thing about Stephanie, right? Is that she's constantly like a bundle of nerves, and then she's like this bundle of nervous
Stress.
energy that is gonna burst into tears at any time.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous because you can just be walking past and then she will burst to tears already.
Then you cough in my general direction, like, it's terrible. I'm not coping well.
Yeah, and then she has this thing like she wants to run away the whole time. Then one day I was telling her like, hey, can you please stop it? You are like, how many years you're gonna say
No,
this
you're
already,
encouraging me now. Now you say I can run away to your house because now you got a guest bedroom that's ready.
I'm not talking about physically, I'm saying you wanted to check out of life.
Oh, Run away to the other side.
And then she talked about it so much, like checking our life so much. And I'm like, excuse me, I don't want to be to be a godmother if my
Well-
only role as being a godmother is to explain to your child why you
Why you
decided
check
to leave this world
Peace
and
out.
leave her alone in this world. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't want that kind of job, very stressful.
So point to the viewers, depression is one heck of a monster. Go sort yourself out.
I think
Learn
Susan
better
replied
coping
that.
with it. He said, I will play with Isaac's Legos.
Wait, this one is number 4 or number 5, your answer.
Number 5 lah. Number 4 she answered already, right? Yo!
I don't know. Maybe she got part 1 and part 2 answer. Maybe when
maybe.
she's very stressed or when she's rushing, she needs to play with her son's Lego to cool down and relax. I don't know. I mean, it's possible.
No judgment, no judgment. So funny.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you think about it, right? Both are also your habits. What if you reverse them? So if let's say you are having a mad day and you're rushing, and your habit at leisure time is to tangle, would it be something sensible to do to put your leisure habit in your day of rushing, and vice versa? And what kind of outcome will you have? Would you calm down? Would it benefit you in terms of, like, let's say you are saying that when you are having a leisurely moment, you like to tangle. Then if you are in a rush and in a mad rush, would it do you any good to tangle?
Is that the closing thought for today's session?
No, but I mean, it just came to my mind lah.
Well, that's a nice parting statement. So,
Parting
guys,
statement, but I'm not done with my towel. Okay lah, never mind lah. I will just KIV this. Okay.
I'm also not done with mine.
Well, I finished. Well, I don't think I'm finished, but I'm almost done with one. So I don't know. Yeah, you want to talk about your towel?
Sure. So I did started with a Lindy's Gang Magicals background. Then I did Anistaar
Oh my
layer.
gosh.
And then I colored this bottom quarter. God, I sound terrible.
My St. Petersburg is reactivating. Can you see?
And then you're like,
yeah, I have
white,
blue
white.
fingers. I have blue fingers now. That CC is reactivating. Then you see my chopping board has like blue on it now.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue, please.
I colored the bottom quarter of my towel black, and then I tangled using Moonlight's jelly roll on it. It's their set of 10 pens.
Set of 10 tens.
10
That's
pens,
100.
yes. 10 pens.
Oh, 10 set of 10
10
tens.
10. Wow, not bad. It's like a
Set of
collection.
100.
It's like a store.
Yeah. Actually, they should have a set of 100. That's the point.
That's Debbie will go buy it.
No, the studio will buy it and then I'll get to use it.
Yes.
I still haven't used the Eco line,
Okay, you can come and use, okay?
Don't want with all your germs.
Correct.
Eco germs.
I never touch. I did shading in Faber-Castell's watercolor pencils, and then I added highlights using a white jelly roll. Then it has some shimmery details in some parts of the tile. And then I started on a black Zandala. This is my Tangle Lola, and then I'm doing it in kind of a frame.
Hey, you're supposed to do like the T and Tangle Why
You
is
also
it
not
some
doing?
other? What? This is Anistaar.
You wanted to do something else. Maybe I'm going to add any star to it afterwards. You know?
I don't believe you.
I also don't
Liar.
believe. That's why I never wear pants. I wear a dress.
Yeah. So we have like a in-house joke or
Yeah.
internal joke that, we never catch Stephanie wearing pants because she lies too much and her pants will get caught in fire. So therefore she doesn't wear pants to solve the problem.
Like pants are fine. Don't wear pants lah.
Oh, very good lah. You still need underpants.
Got wear underpants. What about your tiles, Debbie?
Okay, so my first tile is like this hot pink mess. Hot pink and yellow mess. And then upon consultation with Stephanie, she says that this is Peerless watercolor and some random gold handmade watercolor that we don't know the name of. And so far, I've got a large Anistaar that has 6 points. And I tried to toss in some vertigo, but it kind of looks like grass. And then I
Yearbook
went...
deconstructed.
How is that yearbook though? And then I went in with Holly's. Please. So then I went with Holly's. But there is a tiny yearbook here, just like a small one. And then I have like a bit of Luna Flux. And then I'm not so sure whether I will close it up or do something else to the top. So this one is a KIV project. Probably finish it later this week or later this afternoon. And then so this is like a hot pink mess. And then this one is a deep blue mess. This tile is actually St. Petersburg's watercolor White Nights. I really like this watercolor because it's very thick. You know how watercolor usually is like transparent watercolor, like Peerless. So this is Peerless. This is a very thick watercolor that looks almost like gouache. And it actually looks so much like gouache in the pen that Stephanie thought it was gouache at first.
Wash.
Very long ago.
Yeah. Sticky watercolor.
And it's very oily for a watercolor, I think. Very pasty. But I think that it gives a very unique texture to the paper. So this is watercolor paper. And can you see it's reactivating on my hands? So that was why I was like panicking, because I don't really want my surface to be tinted. I varied this Anistaar by accident because I think I drew it wrongly. not because I wanted to vary it intentionally. Yeah. So it's just Anistaar right now. A bit of mocha.
Anyhow. Okay.
So
to recap today's session, we use a triangle string, so you can do multiple layered triangles, or you can do a curvy triangle. And then we use the Tangle Anistaar by Sunali Shah. She also was the one who hosted this week's Tea and Tangle. Thank you, Sunali.
Yeah, she's one of our admins, along with Ildika, Deb Boyer,
for the group.
Kelly.
So yeah, if you'd like to join our Facebook group, it's free to join. You just have to answer some security questions so that we know that you're not a spam bot. 7F5R challenge on Facebook. You can search directly in your search bar or go to bit.ly/FB7F5R. Recording of today's session will be made available on our Instagram at 7forests5rivers, also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/7F5R Studio. And like Debbie said, we'll be posting our completed tiles on our personal Instagram pages. You can find Debbie at tangled.pursuits, and you can find me at halfpen_whaledraw. Susan can be found at susanyeo.czt. Hopefully she'll be here next week when we stream again, Wednesday, 2:45 p.m. Singapore time. And we'll hope to see you then as well. Thank you so much for spending this past hour and 45 minutes with us. Yeah, we had lots of fun. And
I hope everybody is taking precautions and looking after themselves, because
everyone's sick.
I think the bug is going around again. So I wish you guys all the best. Thanks for listening to us. And I hope you have a great week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.